Hi there, it's Simon here. I hope you are well. Today's 3-minute theory lesson is on extended chords. Now, I did a little lesson last week just on basic major chords, but today I thought I would extend that to get up to 7ths, 9s, 11s and 13s. Stay tuned for more 3-minute theory. Okay, so to kick it off, I thought I would quickly talk to you about the key of C. Now, from last week's video, we learnt that if you know the notes in the major scale, you know the chord formulas, and you know your fretboard, you'll be able to form almost any chord. So what I thought we'd do today is walk through some different extended chords to explain how they work. Now, as you can see on the screen here, you'll have to excuse my rubbish drawing, but the information is accurate, so that's good. We're going to see here that basically we are going to have a C major. So that's your first finger, second finger, third finger. Now in here, we're not going to play that string. So the spelling of this chord, the C major, is 1, 3 and 5. So if we just pop that in there, we've got 1, 3, 5, 1, and then here's another 3. Right, so those notes are C, E, G, C, and E. Sorry they don't line up beautifully, but you know, that's how it goes. So that's my first chord. Now, if we want to make that a C7, what we have to do is add a B flat note, because the spelling of the C7 chord is 1, 3, 5 and a flat 7. So let's put those notes in. We've got a 1, there, second finger there, and we're going to put our fourth finger here. And amazingly, that works out. So we've got 1, 3, flat 7, then another 1, and up here is a 3. So those notes are C, E, B flat, C, and an E. Okay, so going up from there, we also have a C9. So how does a C9 look? Well, the spelling of a C9 is 1, 3, 5, flat 7, 9. Now, first up, what's a 9? I thought there was only going to be 8 notes in a scale because it goes from 1 through 8, which is the octave. Well, if you go beyond the octave and you go up to the next note, it's going to be a D. So the most important 3 notes you'll find in a major scale are always going to be 1, 3, and 5, because they generally are the ones that you need to form most chords. So the sort of secondary ones, if you like, are the 2, the 4 and the 6, the kind of sort of extra colour ones, the ones that are nice to have. All right, so when we get to over the octave, we generally call that a 9, because you can't have really a 2 and a 3 in the chord. So we'll have 1, 3, 5, and then a flat 7 and a 9. So for example, we're going to move, let's see if I can do it. We're going to move this guy, which is a C, to a D. And you can see that that is the 9. All right, so if we change that here, that becomes a 9, which is a D. So this chord here effectively is now a C9. Now, one of the big questions I always get is, what's the difference between a C9 and a C-add-9? Well, a C-add-9 is a C major and you're just adding the 9. So in this case here, we would be taking away the B flat, putting back the 5, which is the G, getting rid of this fellow here. And so you've got a C add 9. What's kind of interesting is that I could also, of course, put this one in here, because as long as I only have those notes, so I could have 3 1s, 3 3s, 5 5s, and 9 9s, but it would still be a C add 9. It doesn't matter, as long as you have one of each. That is all that you need to make that chord. Another question I always get is, what's the difference between a C7 and a C major 7? Aren't they both major chords? Well, the answer, I guess, is how you think of it. When I was a kid growing up, we always used to call C7 C dominant 7s, because it was obvious you'd have a C dominant 7 and a C major 7. So it's a C with a dominant 7 or a C with a major 7. So let me explain that here on the screen. So we've effectively got our C major here. You can see the C major. Now, if I add this note here, that is a flat 7 or a dominant 7. So that makes it a C7, C dominant 7, right? Now, but if instead of adding a flat 7, I add what is a major 7, this one here, the major 7, I've effectively just added a B into that chord, right? Because it is the B note in the chord. So that is a C major 7, because it's a C with a major 7, not a C with a dominant or flat 7. Is that clear? Now, as you go up the numbers, you C11, C13, which sounds terrifying, I know. All you're doing is adding one more note to your chord, all right? So, for example, a C7, to get to C9, you have to have C7, and then you add a 9. To get to a C11, you have to have a 7, then you have a 9, then you have 11. To get to C13, you need a flat 7, and then you need a 9, then you need an 11, then you need the 13. Now, the interesting thing with that C13 chord is effectively you have 1, 3, 5, flat 7, 9, 11, 13. 7 notes. How many strings are there on the guitar? 6. So what you'll notice is when you get to the more extended chords, you'll often only be playing 2, 3, 4 of the notes within that chord, and the rest of the band will be making up the other parts of the chords with you. So it's unlikely that you'll be going plunk, plunk through a C13 with all of the notes in the chord anyway. All right, so that's my run through of chords and the more extended chords, how they work and how they work on the fretboard. I hope this was helpful. If you liked this, please let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know as well. Please subscribe and click the bell for notifications of new lessons. There are new lessons on Tuesdays and on Saturdays. If you are able to support the channel, please do at Patreon. You can go to www.patreon.com/Simon Morell. I will see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. I will see you next time. Bye for now.